the incidents and likelihood of abuse and neglect go down. So, but we also want to connect families to supports. There are things, and there are lots of organizations and lots of help in communities for families. And sometimes it is just about making sure that families are connected to those. And so that's a lot of what you all do in your organizations. It's really connecting families to the help that they need. And then we want to make sure that communities are connected within itself. So connected community organizations and with other advocates in your community, that is a lot of times that safety net. And the stronger the safety net is, the greater the likelihood is that when a family falls into it, they're going to get caught and they're going to get connected immediately and much quicker into the help that they need. So, you know, those are some of the really important reasons why we do Child Abuse Prevention Month. So if you all would love to hear from you all too about why you all do Child Abuse Prevention Month, please include that in the chat. But Child Abuse Prevention Month is really an opportunity for all of us to sort of show that authentic community leadership. And we're going to share some of the things that some of our organizations did last year. So first is the Dorchester Advocacy Center. So they did an amazing job of using a lot of the materials that we provided, packaging those up for their community partners, and then getting those out. They have a luncheon, and they have a luncheon where they really do pull everybody together. And it's that wonderful opportunity, again, for the community to network and make those really essential connections that can help families. The Parenting Place did a child abuse prevention walk with the Parks and Recreation Department in Easley. Again, it's that opportunity to get out and be seen in their community and to make those connections and to, you know, make connections with families. A lot of times that is how families help families and families talk. And so how do we make sure that our services and our connections are strong with all of those different audiences? We have the Dean Orton Low Country Children's Center. They do a proclamation. They do proclamations. And they use that proclamation tool within the city of Charleston. They also do it in Mount Pleasant, where they have a press event. They read the proclamation and play it a few pinwheels. So this is some of the Children's Trust team and board members with the mayor of Charleston. They get the press out there. Again, it's just that wonderful opportunity to sort of stand up and say, we are about child abuse prevention, and this is important, and this is our month to really think and talk about that. It is a quick and not a hard thing that they do. We've also got a lot of organizations, and Richland County First Steps here in the Midlands is one where they partner and they do that community event and that resource fair with families. Partnered with the school district, sheriff's department, and diaper bank, and they really were able to then reach about 50 different families to talk about the services that they have and the services that are available in their community. So one of the things then, as we begin to talk about Child Abuse Prevention Month, one of the things that we want to encourage everyone to do is to sort of think of those pillars that are so important in prevention messaging. So we want to take that strengths-based approach because we want to tell that, you know, child abuse and neglect is horrible, but it is also that opportunity to show how families can heal, the services that you have, and then balancing out the positive with the negatives. And we want to show those protective factors in action. We also want to build that community responsibility. Prevention happens in partnership. You all do your work in partnership with so many others in your community, be it individual counselors and therapists, to the schools, to churches. And prevention happens in partnership. And so Child Abuse Prevention Month is that opportunity for us to really highlight those people that stand with us. We want to create that sense of belonging. All families need help at some point in their parenting journey. And we want to destigmatize those messages. And we want to encourage those help-seeking behaviors. And then we also want to show with our art and our with the art and the images that we use, that this is what we want to have happen. We want to show families with their children in the context of a community. And we want to show that rich diversity of our communities. So think about the art and the photos that you're using in your messaging. And how are you showing yourself in partnership with families? So Pinwheels for Prevention, we all know what the, we've talked a lot about the pinwheel in past years, but it's worth highlighting that the pinwheel is the national symbol for child abuse prevention. It comes out of our national affiliation with Prevent Child Abuse America. But the pinwheel is the symbol of a happy, healthy childhood. And that's what we are trying to build. And it's always a sort of a messaging knot where we have to talk about child abuse prevention, which is so old, which is so awful. And then we have the pinwheel, which is sort of a happy, healthy symbol of what we want every child to experience in their childhood. One of the things that we do want to stay away from is that blue ribbon. The blue ribbon has typically been the symbol of children that have died at the hands of abusers. And so we really do want to sort of take a more forward, proactive approach and talk about the context and we want to talk about the childhoods that we want children to have. So we do try to stay away from that blue ribbon during this month. All right, so we're going to go through a little bit of the tools that we have that we are using this year. We are again going to use the Be a Champion for Children campaign theme. This comes out of a social norms study that we did a few years ago, but essentially the perception study that we did said that everyone is fully on board with child abuse prevention, but it's how do we get more people to really see what child abuse prevention is. And so for us, that Be a Champion for Children theme is what we may say to an individual, what we may say to a family, what we may say to an organization, and what we say to our policymakers at the State House. So really it cuts across all levels of our society and what we want people to do. We want them to advocate for good laws and policies that help families. We also want them to bake a cake or to give a family next door an opportunity to have a dinner that they didn't have to cook, or take kids to the park so that a mom who may just need a few moments to herself can have those few moments. So that Be a Champion for Children is again the theme that we are going to use for Child Abuse Prevention Month. One of the things that we are incorporating a little bit back into our messaging, and this is based on some of the things that we heard from you all in our focus groups, is that you like the pinwheel and you want to continue to use it. So you'll see the pinwheel come back in some of our advertising this year. All right, so on our webpage for CAP Month, which is scchildren.org/CAP Month, we will have that PDF toolkit. We are finishing that up now. We'll have downloadable materials for you to use. It is where you can access the proclamation if you want to do that proclamation in your community, and where we'll have draft news releases and a lot of other materials. So they'll, encourage you to spend some time there, pull down what is useful to you and your organization. And if there's something that you need that you don't see, please let us know. We've got access to a lot of materials that we put out there, what we think people use, but if there's something missing, just let us know. So we are taking orders now for our Child Abuse Prevention Month material. So this is that box or boxes that we ship to you. The deadline to order is coming up fast. It is February 2nd. And we'll be shipping those out mid-March. But in the box, we will have some parenting tip cards. We'll have a postcard for recognizing and reporting child abuse and neglect, what you need to be looking for, and how you report. We will again have the Post-it notes, the lapel pins with that little pinwheel symbol. We're going to have a poster that you can put on your doors that are your door, or if you're a child care center or whatever, that just says April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. We have our parent cards for SE parents. We're going to talk a little bit about SE parents here in a minute, and we'll have some stickers. So again, it is all those things are going into the box. Yard signs will come through separate delivery. The yard signs, and we're going to talk a little bit about a luncheon that we're having for you all to kick off Child Abuse Prevention Month. We'll be handing out those yard signs there, or otherwise we'll have our folks that work across the state deliver those to you. All right, so one of the things that we did, and I believe it was August or early fall, is we invited you all to come to Columbia and tell us about our materials so that we could think about how we might improve them. So one of the things that we did last year were these bookmarks, and we have updated the bookmarks based on your thoughts. These are 5 bookmarks for the 5 protective factors. So it's resilience, social connections, knowledge of parent and child development, social emotional competence of children, and then concrete supports in times of needs. And these are just things that you can hand to a family that may be struggling with social connections. They don't have any friends, they're new to town. These are just some tips that our parents could use to think about, this may be a place where I might need some help. So you'll have a full set of these. They are English on one side, Spanish on the other. So if you're working with a Spanish population, you'll have those. We have found in past years, it's easier just to do the English and Spanish together than to try to have a set of English and a set of Spanish materials. That is not the case for our Post-it notes. We do have 2 different sets of Post-it notes. For those of you that are not familiar with our Post-it notes, these are just positive messages that parents can use to put in their child's lunch, to put on the bathroom mirror that day, to put in a child's book bag. They are not Post-it notes for us to use as office supplies, but they are for kids and even maybe for some families. They're just positive, affirming messages that I think all of us can benefit from hearing. This is the card, the recognizing and reporting card. Again, English on one side, Spanish on the other. But this is just recognizing some of the signs and then reporting. So I remember there was somebody put something in the chat about what are those things and how do you get people to talk and recognize what abuse might be. This is a great thing to start that conversation. One of the things that we always like to remind people is that a report doesn't mean someone is convicted of child abuse and neglect, but it is an opportunity to connect. It is an opportunity for DSS. If they don't find a founded case of abuse or neglect by statute, there may be a family, though, that does need help. And this is a way to perhaps connect them into some resources. Reports, it's good to remind everyone, y'all probably know this, but reports are anonymous, but they have to have enough information so that they can follow up. So they have to have an address and a way for DSS to find that family. So, some of the things that we have heard from you all is that you like stickers. So we're going to do some stickers this year. We've sort of talked amongst our staff and some other folks and did a little survey about what are some of those power words around child abuse prevention that resonate with people, that really do point to what child abuse prevention is. And so that's where we've come up with Connect, Grow, and Hope. That those were really a lot of the things that we are trying to do. Connect parents to resources, let parents grow in their parenting skills. Let's grow our community of people that are there to help families. And then it's that element of hope. You know, it's tough to raise kids and it's tough. Sometimes it's a tough work environment, but there's a lot of hope out there as well. A lot of people that want parents to succeed. We've got that pinwheel. We know everybody loves the pinwheel, and then our campaign theme. So stickers are fun and just that really good way to connect people in. We will have the messaging toolkit again. It's that PDF that will be on the website. It's full of tips, how you might talk about child abuse prevention. It's a good thing to use if you've got If you or your executive director are talking to a group about child abuse prevention, there are lots of talking points that you can pull out of that. Also a sample news release and information on social media. So lots in there. This year, we do have a way for folks to order pinwheels. It is through the Prevent Child Abuse America vendor. I will say you can order them through here. You don't have to order them through here. If you find a more affordable vendor somewhere else and you want to use those pinwheels, have at it. We are making this available just as some folks just want to go ahead and use that blue pinwheel, but you really are free to use. If you choose to use a pinwheel and plant, you're free to use whatever pinwheel you want. That is something that I think has been very helpful is just that opportunity to be a little more flexible in the pinwheels. So again, we've talked a little bit about proclamations, but I want to encourage all of you to really think about how you can use that proclamation. When you do a proclamation with your local city or town council, they're very easy to do. Typically, you would call that city or town council, you would ask them, hey, we'd like to do a proclamation, and they'll tell you what their internal process is. They may even already have it on their website. Or if you have a member of city council that is already connected to your organization or connected through one of your board members, that's just a great way. You can go ahead and hand them the proclamation. There's a way to customize those with the data for your county. So we've got links to the kids count data. So you'll have the number of kids in your county. And then we'll also link to the DSS statistics so you can share how many children were in founded cases of abuse and neglect next year. So this is a great opportunity to have others to stand with you when you do that, when that proclamation is read at that municipality council meeting. And then you can share that photo on your social media channels, and please share them with us. We do like to track how many proclamations are across the city. So if you can just let us know, we've got an email address. It's communications@scchildren.org. We'll share that at the end of the webinar. But if you can share with us that you are doing a proclamation, that's also very helpful, because we can coordinate that interest among, if we've got several people from, say, Bamberg that want to do a proclamation, we can also help put you together. So you're not doing 3 proclamations in Bamberg. Y'all can all get together and do one and have a presence and have more of sort of a show of solidarity in your community. And with this, I am going to turn it over to Kara, who is our communications manager at Children's Trust, and she is going to talk about the social media templates that we have available for you. Kara?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. So let me pull that up. Actually, first, before I do that, sorry, Kenzie, can you go back to that slide? So while she's doing that, I am, as Beth said, the social media, the communications manager at Children's Trust. And so I manage our social media, and I'm the person during CAP month who's messaging back and forth with y'all, those of you who are active on social media. So we are, again, offering y'all some customizable social media templates on Canva. Canva is the graphic design tool that many nonprofits use because it's really user-friendly. You don't have to be a designer to make really beautiful and educational graphics. So you can see that we're following the Be a Champion for Children theme here, the colors. And yeah, so these templates will be available on our website in a few weeks. We'll also send them out in a recap email to y'all, so you can get working on them, prior to April. I want to do a quick demo of how to actually do this so you can see that it's pretty easy and simple and doesn't take too much time. And then I want to show you how some partners have done this in the past, have used these templates in the past to marry their brand with the Be a Champion for Children brand and really make the graphics relevant to their community. So now I'm going to share my screen. All right, so as I said, these templates will be available on our website, on the CAP Month landing page that we have. So you'll click the link, and then you will click the button Use Template for New Design. And then it brings you into the Canva library. If you already have a Canva account and if you're logged in. If you don't have a Canva account, you'll just need to sign up real quick. It's free. And log in, and then it'll bring you to this main page. So this template is a educational slide that we've created to encourage the protective factors. So one reason we are making customizable, well, one reason we're offering these customizable graphics is because we know that when a graphic is reused over and over again, it becomes less relevant. And so the algorithm, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, pushes the post down and it doesn't perform as well. So any way to make these graphics your own will not only be relevant for your community, but also it will help boost engagement. So all of these boxes are customizable. So for the first one, you can add whatever you think are the 3 top ways to support kids. So it might be something like, you just select that text and you put one word, mentor. It could be, donate to Ornwell. It can be simple. This is just quick and easy. Down here, it says April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. You can technically delete that if you like, but then this is another piece. You can delete or change that text box, but this is another piece. It says delete this text and place your logo here. So I'm just gonna delete that box and then come over into my library of images here that I uploaded earlier and put the Children's Trust logo. So I'm gonna shrink it and then add it right here. So it goes next to the message. So now this is a graphic that's branded to me. My followers will recognize it as something that I created. There's helpful information and it notes that we are in Child Abuse Prevention Month. So there's about 7 graphics, I believe, that you can choose from. They range from like events, like if you have an event, you can make a social media graphic about that. Just awareness graphics that say Child Abuse Prevention Month is April. Join us, sign up for our newsletters. There's different graphics that you can use. Feel free to use all of them or none of them. On that note, yeah, I think I'll move on to showing y'all how some partners in the past have used these graphics. And then I'll be happy to take some questions too, if there are any. All right, can y'all see this? Did it switch for you? Birth Matters? Cool, great.
Yeah.
So this is a template we created last year that one of our partners, Birth Matters, used. You can see it got pretty good engagement. 24 likes is great. They added their own picture and their logo, but otherwise that's pretty much all they did. And then they posted it with the caption, April's Child Abuse Prevention Month. Another partner, York County First Steps, used one of our templates. It was our Did You Know template. So this is just a way to add a fact to make it an educational post for your audience. They said in South Carolina, over 15,000 children were in founded investigations of child abuse and neglect. So educating what we're trying to fight against here. And then Thornwell was one of our Cap Month partners last year, and they took the Be a Champion for Children logo and incorporated it into their own branding. Their colors are that blue and gold and white. And so you can see how they married those two. And we encourage you all to do that. The Be a Champion for Children brand is, it's a, a slogan for the movement of what we're all trying to do. So, yeah, feel free to play with it. But ultimately, we're trying to support y'all in your social media strategy, because we know that while some of you have communications teams, we're all at capacity, most of us, and we want to make this a little easier for y'all to have a presence online. Let's see, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Kenzie, can you pull the PowerPoint back up, please?
While we're waiting on that, I will let you all know, and we'll have it out there on the webpage as well. We do a flyer that we get up to the legislature where it lists all of our Cap Month partners. So if you signed up for materials, your name will be on that flyer. But we also have those key statistics about the number of children that were in founded investigations in the last state fiscal year, which I'm happy to say has gone down to 14,000. Still way too many. But we'll have that flyer out there. It's got some just key statistics around child abuse prevention. So we'll make sure that you all have that, and you can see that as well. So it's just an opportunity for you to also show who you're standing with this month.
So Children's Trust will also be active on social media during Cap Month. We understand what a powerful tool that it is for social change and raising awareness, telling our story and the story of all our partners across the state, and just educating on the protective factors, what it actually takes and what it looks like to prevent abuse and neglect. So we encourage you to tag us in all your posts, to repost our content and other organizations' content. You can also save our content and any content on social media, and that's that last icon, that little ribbon icon. You can do this on any social media platform, and it's a way to just have a library of posts that you specifically like, and also that you can reference. So it's important that we engage with each other during Cap Month on social media. We have some campaign hashtags that are listed there that will also be included in the toolkit when we send that to y'all, so you can reference that. But there's the South Carolina specific Cap Month theme hashtag, which is Champion for Children, and then Child Abuse Prevention Month, hashtag Cap Month, and then hashtag Wear Blue Day, which is the like national kickoff for Cap Month Day, where people are showing their support for prevention by wearing blue. If y'all don't know, Cap Month is a national, international campaign. So it's really cool to look at the hashtags and use them, because then your content is curated with others who are doing the same in South Carolina and yeah, across the nation and world. Please, if you haven't, follow us on all the platforms. I think that's all for me. Does anyone have any questions right off before we go into our next section? I see in the chat, Amanda, you asked what's the date for Wear Blue Day this year? I don't know. Bet, do you know?
Yeah, it's April 5th.
Nice.
So, and we've got a slide coming up that's got some key dates on it with that on it, but it's going to be that first Friday.
Beautiful. Last thing before I pass it to Brittany is that our team is here to provide technical assistance as it relates to social media messaging. So whether it's how to use the templates, or other ways to get your word out on social media, we're here. We're here to help. All right. Thanks, Brittany. It's all you.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me? All right. I am Brittany Crowley. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator. Thank you all for being here today. I coordinate CAP Month, so I can be your go-to person. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me or to the communications email. But I'm going to share a little bit about SC Parents and Find Help today. So we are very excited to relaunch SE Parents in February. I'm sure many of you have heard us talk about this. It feels like we've been talking about it forever, but we've been working for the last several months to create a more robust resource for parents and families. So during the design process of the new SE Parents, we held several focus groups and we got parent and provider feedback. We really wanted to create something with their input in mind. So I think that's what we've done. We're very happy about it. So as a result, the site is going to have more opportunities for parent support and advice and more resources. And we're really hoping to create that community for parents and families. So it's not launched yet. It is coming in February, but we did want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what it's going to look like. So this is what the new homepage for the site is going to look like. Very excited about it. It's going to have several new features. One of those will be a blog that has parenting tips and resources, and we've divided those into 9 big categories that we know parents and caregivers have a big interest in that are often asked about. So we're very excited about that. And we're also going to have a Parents Helping Parents section. And this is an opportunity for parents to ask questions of other parents, to provide advice, to ask us questions, to ask professionals questions. So we're very excited about that. And there will also be a space for you guys as providers and organizations to share your events and classes. So there will be a form for you to fill out, very easy. You submit it and then we can post it on our site. It just has to be open to the community. And of course, we're still going to offer our resource directory that is powered by Find Help, but we have revamped it a little bit. If you're not familiar with Find Help, I hope you are, but if you're not, it is a free online platform that allows families to find and connect with local free and reduced cost social care programs. So all someone has to do is type in their zip code and it brings up localized resources in that area for them. So our goal was really to make it easier for South Carolina families to find programs that help them stay in their homes, feed their families, find employment, find childcare, all those things that parents are really worried about and looking for. But in addition to housing access to these resources, Find Help also serves as that referral network. So through this platform, community-based organizations can do what we call claim their program. And then they can refer their customers to other resources. They can intake referrals. They can create intake forms. So it's a very robust site that if you claim your program and you create an account, you have that opportunity to take advantage of all those free tools. So as a reminder, it is free for nonprofits to manage their programs on the site, and it's also free to those who are looking for help. So with Find Help, we have created what we call 2 doors into the social care resource database. So we partnered with DHHS and we created a side for them and a side for Children's Trust, what lives on SE Parents. So Find Help serves as the main portal into this house that has many doors. So we offer additional doorways into that same house of resources. You know, if you get it from the DHHS side or our side, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same information. So if you claim your program on one site, it is then added to the other site. It's what's important to us is that there are more opportunities for you to find those resources. And so again, on all the platforms that Find Help has, you can search for programs, send referrals, and access all of the free tools and data reports that are available to those who claim their program. As a result, we have created a South Carolina network and nationwide directory. So as of right now, there are close to 4,000 local programs listed, over 900 state programs, and over 900 national programs, and that number continues to grow. So one of our goals is to continue to get community-based organizations to claim their programs and add their programs to the site so we can continue to grow that directory. So with the new SE Parents relaunch, we are asking that you all and other organizations become a part of the SE Parents community. So there are 3 main ways that you can do that. We want you to connect your parents and families by becoming an SE Parents resource. And you do that by claiming your program. So there will be more information in the toolkit, and I am also always available to help anyone. You can reach out to me to claim your program. It's a very easy process. But once you do that, you have access to the free suite of tools that we are very excited about, and then you have become an SE Parents resource. You can also use the site to grow your outreach. So again, there will be a place on the site for you to submit your events, classes, and programs so they are easily accessible to families who are looking for them, and those will also be divided into regions to make those results a little more curated for families who are looking for them. And you will also have the chance to build hope for your families by sharing your expertise and your knowledge by submitting content on the site. So maybe that's your experience as a professional in the field, but maybe it's your experience as a parent yourself. So there will be an opportunity for you to submit that content. But just to emphasize the importance of claiming your program, once that has happened, your program will show up higher in the results list. It puts a higher priority on your program. So that's just something to keep in mind. It gets you more visibility and it gives you an opportunity to have more families find your resources. So we're excited about that. So keep an eye out for it. There again will be more information in the toolkit on how to claim your program. And we will also include an SE Parents promo card in your CAP lunchbox. There will be several of them that you can hand out to families as you see that you need to.
So we had a question from Trisha about how this portal compares with First Five. We have shared data between the 2 portals, but First Five is specifically for families for programs for kids through up to the age of 5. But the Find Help database is is much wider because it looks at all those social care programs that anyone may need. So it includes legal services and housing information, and it's just a different database that expands past just those programs for families up to age 5. So it does include a much broader cross section of things, help that is available in the community.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, and I think it also comes back to that no wrong door. You know, we just want families to get the help they need. And if they come to us through First Five, they find a flyer at the laundromat or whatever. We just want to make sure we're connecting into families. And we know in this age of fractured media, there's lots of different ways that people find information and help. So
yes. All right. Any other questions on Find Help? All right. All right. So just some upcoming events related to CAP Month for you to keep in mind. We are very excited to host a CAP Month kickoff luncheon. We're doing that for the first time this year. That is going to be held on Thursday, March 21st at Stone River in Columbia. So this is going to be an opportunity to network with other community organizations across the state. We want to give you the opportunity to share ideas and events that you're hosting for CAP Month, and just really a good time for us all to get together. In our feedback sessions in August from some of you guys, we heard that was what you wanted to hear. You wanted to have more opportunities to network with one another. So we're excited to offer that opportunity. The registration is going to open on Monday, February 5th. So it will be on the event site. So please register. We will have limited spots, but we are very excited about it. So if you have any questions about the event, please let me know. As we mentioned earlier, here are some important dates for you to keep in mind. Again, the CAP Month material order form is going to close on Friday, so please get your orders in. This gives us time to get all the orders into our printer, make sure everyone has everything they need. So please make sure to do that. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach out. Yard signs We'll begin distribution at the end of February, but as Beth mentioned, if you register for the CAP month kickoff, we will have your yard signs there and we can give it to you then. Materials will ship around March 15th, so mid-March. And then again, our CAP month kickoff on the 21st. I know someone asked earlier when Wear Blue Day is, so that will be April the 5th. And then National Digital Advocacy Day is April the 16th. So just some dates for you to keep in mind. We're going to continue sending out correspondence, emails from us that remind you of these dates, remind you of the event. So just to give you quick reminders. We did want to did you want to jump in?
No, you can do it.
Oh, okay. We wanted to take a moment to recognize our supporting partner, DSS. We wouldn't be able to do this work without their support. So we appreciate their partnership. We are excited what we've been able to bring together with them this year. And then we wanted to take a moment to thank our other sponsors for their support of CAP Month. So with that, I'm going to pass it back over to Beth.
So just a quick note that this year Children's Trust celebrates its 40th anniversary. We were created in statute by the South Carolina legislature. And what we're really excited about is that the actual date that then Governor Riley signed the legislation that created Children's Trust, it will be in CAP month. So we're really excited about that. But this is just an opportunity for us to, it's just an opportunity for us to celebrate that it's been 40 years of child abuse prevention in South Carolina, and that we've learned a lot in those 40 years about how to prevent child abuse and neglect. We now know about adverse childhood experiences. We have some data there. We understand the protective factor framework. We didn't have that stuff 40 years ago. And, now we also have a lot of great research around resilience and what it takes for kids and families to recover and to have that resilience and to be strong from whatever adversity they have experienced, and so that we can get on the front end and keep that adversity from happening. So we're very excited. You'll see a lot from us about our 40th anniversary. If you come to our Hope Conference, which will be at the end of August next year, we're going to have a birthday party there, but we're really excited about this opportunity to talk about a little bit about our history, but it's really not just Children's Trust history. It's all of our histories. So with that, I wanted to check in and see if anybody had any questions, if there was anything we could answer. Great. Conversation centered around educating patients and providers that use alcohol. We do not, I can pass that along to our training team. I know that we do some of that work through our home visiting programs, but we can absolutely share that this is a need for you all. Because we do know that, a lot of these programs have to start prenatally, so. All right. One quick thing, we love data and we love feedback, and we do hope you will take a few minutes to give us your feedback on the webinar and CAP month. It's very helpful to us so that we have a commitment to continuous quality improvement. So. And then finally, if you need to reach any of us, we are making communicating with us even easier. We have a single address that we all have access to, communications@scchildren.com. I want to give a shout out to Brittany. She is our community relations coordinator. She has stepped up this year to be our Child Abuse Prevention Month project manager. So thank you to Brittany for that. So any of us will get back to you as quickly as we can. So if you've ever got questions or if there's something you need, please let us know. And with that, we will wrap up. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your commitment to what you do for children and families. We really do believe to our core that prevention happens in partnership. There's no one agency that keeps kids safe, and there's no one organization, one agency, or even one person that can do what takes all of us working together to achieve. So thank you for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you in March.